Welcome back to your hour. Joining me now is Mindi Cook from Anywhere But Here Travel. And I know you've got a lot to talk about today because there's a lot of updates going on with a lot of the different things that you represent.
There are. So, first thing I want to say is thanks for having me on again.
No
love
problem.
being here with you. So, everybody's hearing about the Strait of Hormuz and it being shut down. They are letting through.
Okay.
They're going through slowly, but they are getting through. There's been 5 in the last several days that have gone through, so they're not just sitting there in limbo. So
Yeah.
they are getting through. There's a lot of things happening this year in the travel industry. So there's some new cruise lines getting ships. There's new hotels opening up in the Caribbean. And so I was just going to share about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So if you are thinking about planning a trip, now's the time to let's try that again. Now's the time to start planning that. It's better to plan way early than wait till the last minute because
Sure.
after COVID, people were cooped up for so long and now they're traveling. It's like,
Yeah.
I am going, I'm not going to be locked down again. And so people are planning stuff further out. So those last minute deals probably aren't there as like they used to be. I mean, there's still a few, but not like they used to be. So if you're wanting to do a bigger trip, let's plan further in advance as well. So Greece is a hot button, and it's a hotbed. The Four Seasons is finally going to open up a land destination in Mykonos, which is exciting and beautiful. In Spain, the Mandarin Oriental is opening up a brand new beachfront resort on the island of Mallorca. And then for you all-inclusive lovers, there is going to be a brand new The Grand at Moon Palace in Punta Cana, which is the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
So those are some great land options for you. The cruise industry, cruising is on fire right now. It's just going great guns. People are booking, people are traveling. Viking has got a new ship coming out on the river cruise side, which, that's my passion. Celebrity Cruises is decided to jump into the river cruise industry.
Really?
Yes. Going to have beautiful vessels, but they're already complete 27.
No kidding.
And the majority of their 2028 is already pushed. So don't wait. AMA is going to be bringing out new ships. Emerald Astra is going to have a new 180 guest Starship vessel that launches in May of 2026, and it will sail on the Rhine, the Main, and the Danube. And river cruising is having its moment. It really is. All the stars have aligned, and there's a lot of stuff going on the river. TSA. So, we're done with the shutdown, and TSA is telling me that things are slowly getting back to normal. They are getting back to normal, though. Those 3 and 4 hour waits that we were hearing horror stories about, now they're 15 to 30 minutes at some of your major hubs.
Oh,
so
well, that's, yeah.
Nothing like, but I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's better to go early, go through security, and set on the safe side of security, being that you're going to make it through.
Yeah, exactly.
Go
Yeah,
have a
because
drink.
they don't hold those flights for you. If
No,
you're not-
they don't. No, they don't. In the cruise industry, when people don't make the ship, they call them pier runners. And invariably, there's always one, at least on the oceans, where the captain will stand on, we got a pier runner, and they're watching them with binoculars, watching them run down the pier, trying to catch the ship, just because they didn't think they'd live without them, but they will. They really will.
Well, they kind of have to. They're on a schedule.
They do. And that's really something very interesting that people don't necessarily know. The Port Authority charges those cruise lines, and once they get past their allotted time, they get charged by the minute.
Yeah.
And it's extremely expensive. And so unless there's been typically a ship organized shore excursion that got held up where there's a bunch of people on it, they won't hold a ship.
Yeah.
And then you're responsible. That's another reason to have your passport. When you're cruising out of the United States, if you go, you don't technically have to have a passport.
Right.
You should, though, because if something happens and you
Miss
get
the
delayed,
ship.
miss the ship, you've got to be able to get on a plane or something, and you've got to have that identification.
Can you drive to the next port?
Depends on where you are.
Okay.
For the islands,
Yeah.
typically not.
Okay.
So
Oh,
you're
yeah,
gonna,
islands.
you know,
Duh.
if you're in the Caribbean, probably not. If you were in Mexico someplace, and say you were in like, I don't know, Cancun, and then going to Playa del Carmen, or maybe even down to Belize, you probably could, but I don't know. It would be very expensive.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I don't know that you'd want to do it. So probably have to fly. But the best idea is to be back on time.
Yeah, exactly. That.
Be back
because
on time.
those schedules are they're there for a reason.
They are.
And you really should plan accordingly when you're taking your little excursions. You have I mean, the ship has a lot of people to consider. You only have yourself.
Right, right. And I always tell people, so like for instance, Grand Cayman. Grand Cayman is what they call a tender port. So it's very shallow there, and so the ships can't dock. So they anchor, and then they take tender boats into the dock. So you load off the ship onto a tender, and then sail into the dock inland. And so they always say, last tender's leaving at 4 o'clock. I tell everybody, don't wait till the last tender.
Yeah.
You know, if there's 4,000 people on the ship,
Yeah.
and all 4,000 try to get on a 250-person tender,
Yeah.
it's not going to work. So go back early. You know, those sea days or those days that you're in port, those are actually hidden gems on a cruise, because they typically offer great deals in the spa or in the salon. You've got time to yourself. You can get a massage. And quite often they offer discounts on those days because people are going to be off the ship, and those service providers are looking to be able to still do their services. So
still need to make money.
they do. And so those are great little things that professional travel advisors know that I can share with you as a client. So when you're getting ready to book, call me. Let me walk you through it. I don't charge a service fee to do this for you, and I've got years of experience to walk you through this, so you're not going through it blind.
And that's invaluable. I'm a rookie traveler. We don't hardly ever go anywhere. And so if I were to book a trip, I would definitely call you for it, because I want the benefit of your experience.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I would want to help you. I want, my goal is for everyone to get to experience travel. The world becomes a much smaller place when you travel, and you get to interact with different nationalities and different religions and different beliefs, and so you learn so much. I had a teacher tell me one time I was going to take my kids on a trip, and a teacher said, I really don't think so.
Welcome back to your hour. Mindy is still with us, and we're still talking travel. So
Yay! I love to talk about travel. I could talk about travel all day long. I could talk about travel all night long. My husband says I talk about travel in my sleep.
You probably do.
I probably do. I do. I dream about it. I have nightmares, everything. So, you know, that nightmare of you're falling down, and no, mine is that I missed a flight. So, you know. So what we're going to talk about next is, because, you know, there's a lot of buzz now about traveling overseas and into Europe. Europe's got the Schengen district that is 29 European countries that all fall under the EU umbrella.
Okay.
And so they have started a entrance and exit system. And so the one that is in process right now, or is in working now, is called EES. And so that's the entry and exit system.
Okay.
There's no fee for it. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to apply for anything. When you get there, they do a scan, they check your passport, all that. Just like they've been doing. They're eliminating the passport stamp eventually. Okay. So
darn, that's people live for those stamps.
I know. Yeah, I'll tell you a story about Russia sometime. But they will eventually get to where it'll be an electronic stamp. So, and the EES is good for 3 years, or whichever, if your passport expires first. It's good for 3 years or up until your passport expires. In late 2026, they're going to start a new program called the ETIAS, which is the Europe's whatever. I never can
Whatever
get it
all
right.
those
Whatever
things
it is.
stand for.
But what it is, so it's the European version of the US ETSA, which is, it's an online authorization. So they do the background, they do everything, and it costs $20, or for Europe, it costs €20. You apply for it, and again, it's good for 3 years. So once you've done it, you don't have to do it again. So, and it's good for anywhere in the Schengen districts. So that's coming. There will be about a 6-month transitional period from as it launches. So it's no big deal. Again, I walk everybody through that I work with. So there's no reason to worry about it, panic about it. I tell everybody, you don't panic until I tell you to panic.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to tell you to panic. That's my job.
Yeah.
So
You'll do all the panicking.
I'll do all the panic and you do. So we have got, we do trips and we do group trips. And so we've got some exciting group space coming up. I've been working on this for the last week or so. We've still got Ireland 2026. That's going to be a small group, probably 10 days.
You still have any openings on that?
I do have a few left. So if you're interested in that, absolutely. We'd love to have you come and go. It's going to be a small group. So not 50 people on a motor coach.
Nice.
We're looking at probably 20, 25 maybe. So then, of course, we have our Passageways River Cruise in October, which is along the Danube. Beautiful time. My very favorite time in Europe is the fall. It's like here, it's crisp, it's clean, the air is fresh, and smaller crowds, and just beautiful time to be in Europe. And then going into 2027, 2028, and 2029, we've got some big stuff on the books. So 2027, we have a Christmas markets in December. And I know it sounds crazy that it's April 2026 and I'm talking about Christmas markets 2027, but they're out.
I was going to say, it's never too early to talk about
Never
Christmas.
too early to talk about Christmas. There are ships already sold out for 2027, so we have dedicated space. So if that's something you've always wanted to do, let's talk, because we have guaranteed space. We're going to do Alaska in 2027. We're going to do probably Spain and Portugal. We're going to do Bordeaux in 2028. We're going to go to Japan in 2028 for the cherry blossoms.
That's interesting.
Yes, I'm so excited about that. We'll start in Kyoto and end in Tokyo, kind of follow the way the blossoms go. So I'm very excited about that. We're going to do the Caribbean in January of 2028. We're doing Bordeaux or Spain, again, Alaska. If there's some, you know what I'd like? I would like it if your viewers are watching, if there's someplace they really want to go, I would love for them to text me or email me, because I'm all the time trying to figure out where to do,
Yeah.
So if there's something that's a hot button for you, let me know, because I can certainly put a group together for it, because if you want to go, somebody else probably wants to go too,
Right.
Right. And so I can go spend months and months and months in Europe and do the same thing over and never get bored, but some people want to do something different. So give me some ideas. Do you want to go to Egypt? Yeah. Do you want to go to Africa and do a safari? What is your hot button? Let me know.
That's cool.
So that helps a lot.
Does Wellington count?
I could probably plan a day trip there. Not going to be a lot of fun, but So
like I said, we're such homebodies, it's ridiculous. But
I understand.
But the idea of travel does intrigue me from time to time. It's almost going to take dynamite to get me out of the house.
And I think, Cheryl, the reason for that is because it's overwhelming, and if you don't, and that's where I come in.
Yeah.
Kirk and I literally walk along with you this whole way. So you're not by yourself. You're not trying to